They say the Ontario government failed to protect the rights of children in its care. So far, one person has been named as the claimant. That's Holly Papacy. Today, another person was added. That's Thunder Bay's Tony Gran. Now, they are looking for former wards of the Crown to get involved. Garth Myers is an associate with Koski Minsky. It's one of the law firms involved with the case, and we've reached him at his office in Toronto today. Good afternoon, Garth.
Good afternoon, Jason.
And can you tell me what's the basis of this class action lawsuit exactly?
Children like Holly and Tony became under the care of the province of Ontario, and they were called Crown wards. This is a proposed class action that's been filed against the province for systemically failing to protect the legal rights of children under the province's care. This lawsuit includes children who are Crown wards at any time from January 1st, 1966, the date that the province of Ontario voluntarily accepted legal responsibility and guardianship of Crown wards. And the victims are seeking compensation for damages sustained as a result of the Crown's failure to protect the legal rights of Crown wards. So as a result of the abuse and neglect that these Crown wards experienced prior to and while they were Crown wards, they were entitled to apply for compensation from the Criminal Injuries Compensation Board and also to commence proceedings for civil damages. And the government failed these children. They failed to inform them of their legal rights, and they failed to take any steps to protect their legal rights.
What happened to Tony Gran exactly?
Well, Tony was, in the care of her parents as a child, and she was suffering from abuse. Her father hit her with a belt, and she was hospitalized, as a result of which she was taken into the care of the province and became a Crown ward. She was moved around to several foster families, and ultimately placed with one foster family where she experienced severe sexual. Again, she was taken away from that family. She ran away and was placed with a further family. The Crown was aware of the abuse she sustained, sexual abuse and physical abuse, but did not do anything to tell her about the compensation that was available to her. They didn't protect her legal rights, and they failed her in that respect.
Why go after the province here as opposed to going after, say, the families or the people who actually did the abuse?
That's a good question, because it's the province who sets the policies and procedures that are followed by CASs, Children's Aid Societies across the country. And it's the CASs across the country to whom these children are reporting the abuse to. They have the contact with the children, and you have the centralized authority who is mandating policy. So the allegation is that there was a systemic failure across the province at the very top. And instead of going after every single parent or every single CAS, we have this one breach that we can attack.
What have you heard from other people? Like, you've got two people involved with this lawsuit so far. Are there going to be more?
Well, one of the reasons why we're trying to get the word out about this lawsuit, that we're trying to get in touch with as many survivors as possible. We anticipate that there are tens of thousands of Crown wards or former Crown wards across the province. And we're trying to get in touch with them. We're trying to get them to reach out to us so we can find out how this was happening, what their stories were, in order to find out exactly the mechanisms and the failures of the province.
This is still a kind of a work in progress, if you will. It hasn't, the class action lawsuit hasn't been filed yet. So what needs to happen before it's actually filed and goes to court?
Well, we have filed the lawsuit and we've served it on the province of Ontario. Typically, the next step would be to ask the court to approve the case to go forward as a class action. And we're working towards that stage.
What do you need for that to happen?
Well, typically we build up evidence and we submit evidence to the court about people who have experienced the harm that we allege, which is why we're trying to reach out to class members across the country, I should say across the province, in order to build our story and gather evidence.
Okay. Garth, do you want to thank you for your time this afternoon?
Thank you very much.
Garth Myers is an associate with Koski Minsky, a law firm out of Toronto, and they are looking for people to get involved with the class action lawsuit. If you, by chance, wanted more information on this, you can go to their website. It is kmlaw.ca. Again, kmlaw.ca. And of course, if you want to comment on the idea of filing a class action lawsuit on this, your thoughts are welcome on the talkback line. The number is 1-800-461-1138.